Welcome to a storybook read aloud by Language Liftoff. We are reading Leaving Broccoli Forest, a story of two friends in search of a healthy new home by Laine Alexander. Once upon a time, there was a fox and a deer who lived in Broccoli Forest. They were tired of eating broccoli, so they decided to leave their home in pursuit of a new place to live and eat. The fox told the deer, "I'm tired of broccoli in the forest. Let's go and see what's outside of this place." The deer agreed, and the two friends left the forest in search of new lands. The first place the pair arrived was Portobello Boulders. The two enjoyed playing on the mushroom boulders. After a while, they decided to leave and look for a place less rocky. They went to Bell Pepperland next. Pepperland was lush and green, but it didn't have enough shade like Broccoli Forest. So the two friends left. Then they discovered Zucchini Log Hill. The logs were steep. The fox told the deer, "I don't like the high logs. Let's go someplace that I can walk around more easily." Off they went to Onion Grass Meadow. The grass had a strong smell and the onions made them cry. "We can't stay here," said the fox. So they made their way to the plateau ahead. They reached Onion Plateau. They ran and played on top of the plateau until they were tired. The fox said, "I'm thirsty. Let's find a place to get a drink." They soon spotted a bright red trail and found themselves on Strawberry Field Path. They liked the sweet taste of the strawberries, but there was no watering hole. They walked for hours until they came upon Honeydew Lake. The fox said, "The water is sweet and refreshing." The deer looked at his friend and said, "I can't swim in this lake. Let's go." They made their way to Cassia Bark Forest. The fox, with his keen sense of smell, liked the cinnamon scent of the forest. But the deer was tired. There was no room to lie down there. So off they went. Next, they arrived in Eggplant Grove. "What a beautiful purple color," said the deer. They ran and played in the grass. But the fox had trouble chewing the rubbery plant, so they decided to leave. They moved along to Tomato Patch Pass in search of the perfect home. The tomatoes were nice and juicy there, but the leaves were itchy. Once again, they had to leave. The next leg of their journey took them to Apple Tree Orchard. The deer liked the taste of the crisp red apples. The fox said, "The apples are good, but this place has too much shade. I miss home." And so their search continued. They wandered out of the orchard and walked for hours. They finally ended up in Coconut Snowdrift. "What a change," said the deer. "I don't like the frosty snow on my feet," said the fox. They walked in the coconut snow and came to Walnut Avalanche. The avalanche was high and wide. There was no way around it. They decided to find a new path. They came across Frozen Grape Rock. The deer enjoyed the taste of the frozen grapes, but the fox did not. "These grapes hurt my teeth, and I want to go home to the forest," said the fox. As they walked, they found a small blueberry hill. They both liked the taste of blueberries. They weren't too sweet or too sour. The berries disappeared quickly. The pair needed to move on. They found a bright, sunny area called Pomegranate Hill. The fox loved the taste of the red seeds. Once again, the hill didn't have everything they wanted. It wasn't flat enough. They finally reached Orange Pass. "This pass is a beautiful color, but it's not green enough. Let's go home," said the fox. The two friends looked at each other and nodded in agreement. As the sun got hotter, they arrived at Celery Stalk Land. Unfortunately, the tall stalks did not provide enough protection from the hot sun. Their journey continued. At last, they got to Squash Pond. "The water looks green," said the deer. They tasted the pond water, but they didn't like it. "I think we're lost," said the fox. "How do we get home from here?" They found a small grove of rosemary trees. "These trees are very colorful, but they're not as nice as our trees in Broccoli Forest," said the deer. "Will we ever find our way back home?" said the fox. Watermelon Arch was their next stop. The two friends tried the sweet, refreshing watermelon and rested for a while. The desert sand was hot, and there wasn't much shade. Later, they stopped at Carrot Stack Field. The carrots were in piles, and they were quite tasty. The two friends got hot from the heat of the sun. They just wanted to go home. The pair walked for hours. Then they reached Sliced Almond Clearing. "These almonds are really chewy," said the fox. "I don't like them either," said the deer. So they left. They arrived at a very dry area called Garlic Bulb Brush. There wasn't much to eat, and the pair was worried they would never get home. Suddenly, off in the distance, they saw something familiar. They were back at Onion Plateau, which was one of their favorite places. "Broccoli Forest can't be far. Do you remember the way home?" said the fox. The deer said, "Follow me." Next, they returned to the Portobello mushroom boulders. "We are close to the forest now. Hurry, let's go," said the deer, jumping over the mushroom rocks. Finally, the long journey ended and the two friends were back home in Broccoli Forest. "I will never leave home again," said the fox. "Me neither," said the deer. "It's good to try new things, but there is no place like home." Thank you for reading with me today, children. We'll read again next time. Goodbye.